What's going on, everyone? If you carry a gun, or hell, even if you shoot a gun, I guess you could say, you spend a lot of money for that gun. So why not take care of it, I guess? Or especially if you carry a gun, you know, you're gonna probably practice with it a lot. It's gonna get pretty dirty. I mean, a lot of people over oil their guns, um, other stuff. And if you're gonna carry a gun, especially, you want it to be clean and functional all the time. If you pull that gun out, you want it to work, you know. So, guess we'll just do a little detail strip video, mostly on the slide. So you're just gonna break it down as normal, just like you would if you were gonna field strip it. It's like so. I just have a T10 here. I don't have a Glock tool or anything. I just have a T10, and it works great. It works fine. To fully detailed disassemble your strip your slide, you're gonna pull up right here on the firing pin. Then you'll see down on that firing pin channel, you'll see a little black piece right here. And that is the spacer sleeve, I believe it's called. I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So you're going to stick your tool in there. You're going to push down on that. And you're going to take your thumb and slide your back plate off. Now you're going to keep your thumb over this because your plunger and your firing pin have springs on them. They're going to want to come out. So you're going to keep your thumb over that as you pull this out. Okay. In here you have your firing pin assembly with your spring and your spring cups up here, these little black things that actually go inside the spring, and your spacer. I'm going to go ahead and pull your plunger out. Whoops. Right here. Now the more you shoot, you're going to get buildup on this stuff, and down inside that firing pin channel. Down inside there. Also, to get your extractor out, your firing pin safety right here. Right here. It's going to push down on that, and your extractor will just pop out. There's really only one way to get that in, so no big deal. Go ahead and pull that out. Now you can take this spring off, and to get it back on, you're just going to have to push pretty hard. It'll pop back in there though. Now, you want to keep all these clean and unoiled. You want them to be completely clean. I usually use alcohol when I clean these, or I'll use a all natural cleaner and then wipe them down with alcohol. Same thing with your firing pin channel and your plunger channel and where the extractor and everything go. I use an all natural cleaner for that because from time to time it gets dirty and there's a lot of edges down in there and stuff that you can't really get to with the Q-tip. Then I'll rinse it out, let it dry, and then I'll hit it with alcohol to make sure all the moisture's out of it and it's completely dry so you don't gather anything in there. And also, if you're going to use a Q-tip with alcohol on it, as you push a Q-tip down this channel, it gets tight at the end, and then you go a little further. Well, it squeezes down pretty good, so if you have alcohol on that, just be careful, because as you're pulling it back out, if you shove it down there all the way, as you're pulling it back out, the head of the Q-tip can come off, but you'll be able to get to it through where the firing pin safety goes, and the extractor right through there's a hole, and right here on the top there's a hole. If you have a plastic pick, you can get in there and push it out and get something in there and fish it out. I've actually had that happen. Oh, what the hell? I've actually had that happen before, and it was kind of a bitch to get out. So you just want to keep all that clean and dry. And if you notice, if you've never pulled that apart before and you do it, you're gonna notice if you shot your gun a lot that it does get a little bit of buildup. Not much, but I like to keep it completely clean, since this is my carry gun. And to take this down, all you do is pull the spring down. And it's going to be awkward since I'm on the camera now. Go ahead and pull that spring down, and then just pull your cups out. And don't just let go of the spring. That thing's under some tension. It'll go flying off. Pull your spacer sleeve off. You can get that all cleaned. Remember, you want to keep these dry, unoiled. You don't want to be cleaning them with rim oil and stuff, really. And to put them back together, just the same thing. It's kind of harder to get back together. Put your spring down on there. Okay. Now all the edges on my tables are rounded off, so I like to use something like this or something I can get the edge down on. Put this edge here down onto it. Grab the spring by the top, pull it down. Take your cups, put them in there. Now you're going to want to make sure you have these under the lip of that firing pin right there, so when you let it go, it doesn't just go flying off. And there you go. Put it back in. Oh, whoops. What am I doing? Go ahead and put your I don't know what I was doing. Go ahead and put your firing pin safety back in. Again, just push down on it and you'll be able to slide your extractor in. Let it go and it'll hold it. Put your plunger back in. Plastic piece and spring up. Put your firing pin back in. Your firing pin assembly, if you want to call it that. Now, you're going to want to hold this down. Push it down pretty good to get your back plate back on. Just going to want to get it on enough to kind of cover the lip and hold it down. Just like that. Now go ahead and take your Glock tool or your T10 or your little punch, whatever you have. Push down on the plunger. Go ahead and push that up more until it gets it covered and you pull that out of there. Now as you push this all the way up, you'll hear it snap back into place. And there you go. That's how to take that completely apart and clean it. Remember, you want to keep all that in there dry. And as for the frame, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can look at that thing and pretty much just figure it out. I'll pull it apart real quick though. Pop the back pin out. Everyone probably knows how to do this. It's probably just a waste of time. Pop your other pins out. Oh yeah, now that I'm on camera, it's gonna be a punk. Sometimes if you wiggle this, you can get that bottom pin out a little easier. There we go. And then you can go ahead and pull your slide stop back, or whatever you want to call it, slide release. But now the top pin, you pull that out. Let's do it real quick. Go ahead and pull that out. You can get in there and pop the lock and block out. Try to stay off the trigger when you do that. Don't want to be prying up on that and stuff. Then you can pull this whole assembly out. Now right here, I'll pull these apart. You can pull this right off the spring right here. Now you want to keep this all dry too, so you don't get built up on that. But right here, this is where you oil. That one drop they want you to drop in there. So right here. Oh, there goes that. Right where these two come together. Okay? And I've noticed that there's a little wear mark on the outside here of this one. Right here. And I just put oil on a Q-tip, and when I'm oiling the inside, I just rub a little bit on the outside right there. I mean, if there's a wear spot, it's rubbing on something, so a little tiny bit of oil probably couldn't hurt. Alright. Just pop that back down in there. Ah. Alright, put your pin back in. Alright. Put your locking block back in. Okay, now this part's kind of the smart part. You're going to want to put this top pin in first. The smaller one. The top one. You're going to want to put that in. And that is because let me get that in a little more. This piece here, your slide stop, the spring goes right up underneath that top pin. That spring rides right up underneath it, and that's what gives you the tension. It goes right in beside the trigger, right there, and right underneath that pin. And now this part usually sucks. It's probably gonna fuck with me since I'm on camera. Go ahead and, I don't know, went in nice and easy. Pop that in. And there you go. Pretty easy. Not too hard at all. Again, I was using a T10. I don't have a Glock tool, and the T10 works fine for all the pins. So there you go, and thanks for watching.